And we start today with, I would say, quarterback drama, but not really. QB1 has been announced.
The drama's over.
In Minnesota.
Congratulations to Kyler Murray. He did it, starting over J.J. McCarthy. He signed that, what was it, a one-year deal?
$1.13 million. But
1 year,
the
$1.3 million deal.
are still paying him $35 million. So, I mean, he's doing okay. So, Cardinals on the hook for the money, gets the starting job in Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy, 2 years removed now from being the number 10 overall pick in the NFL draft. Going to start the season as a backup. And as Kevin O'Connell said, what are you opening over there? New
Disinfecting the, I mean, you could have focused and rolled with it. I didn't know
here?
you had the attention span of a goldfish where you couldn't concentrate. You didn't have to acknowledge it. Not everyone can hear.
To me, it was like, when someone's chewing on carrots and it sounds like lug nuts? I felt like the quieter you were trying to be was like,
it's like Pee Wee Herman with the balloon, like, it was a little loud, I know, sorry.
Anyway,
Kevin O'Connell said that he showed enough of his command of the offense to merit the nod. He showed, by the way.
That was quick.
Showed enough?
Show enough.
Who's the master?
Show enough.
No, he said that he showed enough, which to me, that's like, when I'm looking for a real sweet response from my girlfriend, like, hey, that dinner was great, right? What'd you think? She says, it was fine. Like, that's a weak-ass response. Like, showed enough? Might as well be like, yeah, he was good enough, fine. That's not really that great to me. To me, he's a banana peel away from sitting the bench himself. That's how I get it. I think J.J. McCarthy's like right there.
Well, we knew he got off to a really good start because if you flash back to the first day Vikings had fans in attendance at their OTAs, Kyler Murray threw that sweet long pass, and I think it was a couple hundred fans there in attendance, but they were going nuts. And everyone in the comments were like, yo, chill, it's practice. But right from the jump, the Vikings fans seemed excited to have Murray in the back.
Dude, he's an exciting player, no diggity, no doubt, but showed enough. And that is the quote, by the way, showed enough. And I know I'm really dissecting this and overthinking it, but like, if people asked you, Danny G, how'd you get the job? Or Covino and Rich, how the hell did they get that job? They showed enough. No, you want to hear like you earned it, you did a great job. Yo, man, you really turned some heads. You're the guy. Like, showed enough is like, sounds like you barely did enough to get that job.
Kevin O'Connell's thinking, listen to this guy dissect my words.
I really don't. I don't like that. If someone said, well, they showed enough to get it. Like, no, I want people to think I'm the best, and that's why I got it.
You got to pull the Kramer. You know how these pretzels are making me thirsty. These pretzels all making me thirsty. You're just putting the emphasis on like the wrong part of the sentence, or you're delivering it like they showed enough.
He showed
enough.
How
about saying a positive? Like
he had command of the offense.
He showed enough. I look at it. He's new to the system. He showed enough already to get the nod from me, man. I look at it like a positive. Like, yo, he showed enough already. He's been there like weeks.
I look at it the exact opposite. Okay. And again, that's not to take away from the earning spot. I feel like if you got the job, though, it should be handled and announced with a sense of, yeah, he's great. He earned it. Congratulations kind of thing. Not like, we barely chose him.
Yeah, this guy has been here for a blink of an eye, and guess what, Covino? He's already showed enough.
Enough to me sounds like when my girlfriend says fine. Like, fine? What do you mean fine? You mean it was great or fine?
Pop quiz.
That movie,
by the way,
what'd you think of that movie? That was sick, right? It was fine.
Fine. The only time I wouldn't like that is if your girlfriend was giving you confirmation in different areas. Like, no, it was fine.
I'm just saying, like, it sounds unenthusiastic, and that's my interpretation.
It was okay.
I'm overthinking it, Rich, but that is, as a guy that looks for validation sometimes, especially when it comes to
your captain validation. You love pats on the back.
When it comes to things I take serious, like my profession, my job, my career. Like, I want to know that they think I'm the best for the job, not like I did okay, I did enough. That's how I feel about that.
Doesn't our show intro say, they're good enough?
Yeah, that's a diss. That's my point. Hates it. That's my point. That's meant to be like,
funny,
they're good enough to be here. That doesn't mean like they're stellar.
The caller says, you do good enough.
See, bro, I'm so glad you said that because that gets to where I'm leaning. Like,
all right, fair enough.
That intro is meant to be a condescending sort of, they're here because
people are so
okay.
negative nowadays. That's not actually bad to hear that from somebody.
That means okay in the grand scheme of things. Honestly, if you really want to dissect it, and that's the world we live in, I don't think J.J. McCarthy's that far behind.
All right, I was going to say, I got a pop quiz for you really quick, Rich.
And by the way, Covino's going to get fired up today. He just poured himself a huge-ass Monster energy drink. What do you think you need that after the ranch already went on?
To keep up with your hyper ass, yeah.
Good enough. By the way, just to, before you tell me, Danny,
right.
Kevin O'Connell, I do like his strategy, though, in saying, I want to give this team, the fans, and everyone clarity at this point. That's what he wanted to do, and that's what he sort of promised himself because, the longer you drag it on, you're right. You want to give a clear message to everyone in that locker room that here's the direction we're going in to start with. Again, you're right.
You want to hear, he's our leader. He's the best we got. He earned it. Not, he's good enough.
Okay.
But I don't think he's going to say that, Covino, because he still wants J.J. McCarthy to be all in. And here's why I'm asking you this trivia question, because if I'm J.J., if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. How many games has Kyler Murray missed in the regular season? 7 seasons.
Ooh, that's a good one. In 7 seasons, how many games?
Can I break out my TI-82 or my Mr. Professor calculator? All right, 7 seasons. And we'll average the average. Even though it's 17 now, we'll do 16 for the hell of it. 112 games. I bet you, Danny, he's missed over 50 games.
Wow, you went over.
Oh, really?
It's still a good number, though.
Let me. I was going to simplify and say 28 games.
Well, oh, dang. Ding, ding, ding. Covino, 30 games, 30 regular season games missed due to injury. So if you are J.J. McCarthy, be on standby.
And, again, it wasn't this battle where it was like, and you don't have one guy making $50 million and another guy with very little money where it's like there's other objectives like, we might want to play the guy that we're paying.
All right,
Kyler Murray's there in a $1 million deal, essentially. And J.J. McCarthy, he's still on that rookie contract 2 years ago, top 10 pick. So, if anything, your quarterback room is where you're saving money for now. So, I don't think they should be giving anyone this major vote of confidence because it is a quarterback
still
battle.
Your starting quarterback. Like, I think you got to lead with smoke and mirrors here and say that he's our guy and you really believe in him. If they made a press announcement about Steve Covino and Rich Davis in the afternoons, and they went to our bosses, right? They said, of all the shows in the nation, how did you choose Covino and Rich? And the quote was, they were good enough. They're good enough. Would you be pumped about that? I would not be.
What if Scott Shapiro and Don Martin,
if they were
the guys in
saying
charge,
they're good enough,
but
I
what
would
if,
think that was the biggest sneak diss of all time.
Danny, we ended up being full-time after doing what? Like a summer of fill-ins, right?
Yeah, they sang our praises.
What if the boss said, "Yo, they've shown command and enough to this point that they merit the nod."
Good enough.
That's
is the quote.
No,
Hold on,
it's
that's not
good
what he
enough.
said.
No. But
No.
good enough is what's like. That's the headline. That's sort of
He
like
never
what
said
people are
good
leading
enough.
with.
He said
enough.
he shows command.
It's in quotes, bro. And the good enough explains showed command of his offense enough to merit the nod.
Well, don't let your
To me, that says, and again, it's interpretation.
Don't let your ego get
It's
in the way.
Bare minimum.
You're the guy that always
showed
says
the bare minimum enough.
You guys, you're the one that always says your ego is not your amigo. So Kyler Murray should take this opportunity, run with it, and not worry about verbiage. However, if you want to go back, if we go back in the Covino and Rich time machine.
Oh, boy.
What is it, August already? Jesus. It was months ago when Kyler Murray spoke about his first interactions with J.J. McCarthy. Do you remember this, Danny G? We talked about it on the show.
They were
Of
on
course,
different pages.
yes.
And J.J. McCarthy and Kyler had a completely different impression of each other. If you remember, Kyler went in thinking, I'm the veteran, I'll help this kid. And J.J. went in thinking, like, we're equals.
Yeah.
And if you listen to the audio, Ryan, I know you got it. Let's start with Kyler Murray, who's new in the whole Vikings universe.
And by the way, yes, veteran, but only we already said 7 years in. It's not like he's some old Joey Flacco.
But
sort of
Kevin,
veteran.
He's not a veteran that's proven. Now,
Exactly.
if he was the guy that's playoff wins and the guy that's been to the playoffs multiple times, Kyler Murray was sort of a failed experiment that has talent. So this was his first, I guess you would say, first impression of J.J. McCarthy.
It's been great. It's been great. Obviously, I know he's a younger guy, so any way I can help him. Obviously, I feel like I've played 7 years now, going on 8. So I'm considered a veteran, even though I don't see myself as that. Give him any knowledge that he needs. Again, we're both competitors, and I know we both want what's best for the team.
Has he been receptive to hearing criticism?
Of course. Yeah, he's overly acceptive, and he's always communicating, asking questions, stuff like that. So it's been good.
And so Kyler's impression is like, I'm the veteran. on this young buck. It's my pleasure to teach him. Meanwhile, J.J. McCarthy made it seem like they were two bros hanging.
It's just like two guys in a classroom. He sits on one side, I sit on the other side, and it's the coach's responsibility to teach us and coach us. So,
is there any awkwardness like between you two?
Awkwardness, it's just like the same feeling, when you're in high school and there's another person on the other side of the room. That's just kind of how it is. So I wouldn't say there's any awkwardness.
Until today.
Sounds like you have zero relationship.
Well, that was early on. But hey, you know what? Minnesota, I'm curious if the Vikings fan base, who I'd love to hear from, by the way. Do you like the move?
Why don't you call our boss and kiss up some more?
Let me kiss ass. Hey, Scott.
I like the move. If Murray could stay healthy, I think he's the spark plug.
But is that the opportunity, Danny? You know how we saw Sam Darnold not only get an opportunity, but do the unimaginable for the Seahawks last year. We saw Baker Mayfield, after that amazing spot start with the Rams, have a whole new beginning and some great years now in Tampa.
We said it on our show back when the Vikings first got him, Rich. I remember us saying that it was almost like a one-year tryout.
And you know what? He could do what he will. He could do with it what he wants. And
apparently there's a sizable gap. If we want to go over the full story, they say that McCarthy showed incremental progress this summer, but couldn't close the sizable gap that already existed with Murray. Like, Murray's more of a talent. There's no question there at all.
And remember, speaking of injuries, JJ missed a lot of time due to his own injury.
And he's younger.
Yeah.
He's still got time.
He's still learning.
Yeah. He's 23 for reference.
There were further comments from O'Connell, by the way. He said, he's talking about Murray here. He's got the skill set and the abilities, not only just from the standpoint of accuracy and his ability to affect the game with his athleticism, but he's also proven to be smart, hardworking, and be able to take in a lot of the information and churn that out. Now, we really want to give him the opportunity to really start building a comfort level, not only with the system, but with the guys.
He's shown enough. So that's the update. Congratulations, Kyler Murray is your QB1 for the Minnesota Vikings. 877-99 on Fox. Not surprised.
They said a significant gap.
Incremental, sizable gap.
Man,
I think
you're a fan of that big gap.
Anyway, mind the gap.
Mind the gap. But so if you're a Vikings fan, remember yesterday we actually said that NFC North is interesting to begin with. If Kyler Murray does surprise people, I mean that team, because Kevin O'Connell's the quarterback whisperer, right? That's
Kyler Murray's more star power too, though. Be honest, I think that matters.
McCarthy was for a minute with his eye makeup, eye paint, and when he was with Harbaugh at Michigan,
I think fans get more excited though about a Kyler Murray.
If you're a Vikings fan, this is a very low risk, high reward. Very similar to how I feel about Debo on the Niners. Like 1 year, $5 million guaranteed. Like shoot your shot, roll the dice. I think Kyler Murray is a good opportunity, especially when you're competing against Jordan Love and LaFleur, who's going to be coaching for his job. Let's be honest. He's one of those guys that if they don't turn a corner this year, there might be people in Green Bay saying might be time to move on from LaFleur if they just can't get to that next level. Chicago with Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson. Last year they looked as like, a big step. This year maybe a bigger step. And we're forgetting about Dan Campbell and that Lions team who really came into their own the last couple of years. That's a really tough division. Really a tough division. So, for Minnesota to compete, they need to be decisive, and that decisive move was made and said, hey, it's Kyler Murray's team right now.